following presentation is uncensored. It contains profanity and references to horror, addiction, and violence. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome to the darkest, most chilling reaches of deep space. This is the actual play miniseries, Aliens, Chariot of the Gods, hosted by the Dads with Nerdy Ambitions, Tabletop Journeys, and 19 Hits the Dragon podcasts. Part 1. So here is our scenario. As I mentioned in kind of our introductions here, you are all on the crew of the USCSS Montero. The Montero is running what's known as the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is a trade route between Anchor Point Station and the Frontier. Your ship's cargo hold is packed with dozens of tanks of dangerous tritium gas that is in the process of decaying into extremely profitable helium-3. Usually, cargoes such as these are towed in massive tanker modules that transport much higher concentration of the gas a safe distance from a freight hauler. But the Montero isn't rated as a commercial towing vehicle. This small run is a special order for a Weyland-Yutani corporate account on Sutter's World. Sutter's World is a newly established frontier colony, and while the trip so far has been fairly routine, the Montero's sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point and sporadically pinged contact with a sensor reflection before you activated the displacement drive and went FTL. The cargo run so far has been without incident, other than the sensor anomaly. And now you're just waking from hypersleep, ready to deliver your goods to the colony of Sutter's World. So what I would like you to do is...
Real quick, we're going to Sutter's World for the corporation, taking them the gas, usually towed in a separate thing to be a safe distance away, assuming then that the tritium gas, even before converting all the way to helium-3, is explosive.
It is, yes, exactly. Very dangerous. It's in the process of decaying into extremely profitable helium-3. But yeah, it's dangerous.
And what was the sensory anomaly right before we went into FTL?
The Montero sensors developed a glitch before you left Anchor Point and sporadically pinged contact with a sensor reflection before you activated the displacement drive.
Okay.
The sensors think it's seeing something.
Right before we went into FTL.
Exactly. Yep. Before you went into FTL and into hypersleep. First thing that I would like to know is from the four of you, as you exit hypersleep, how are you waking up? What's the first thing that you want to do? Mr. Sham, we're going to start with you.
I do the first thing I always do. Reach for my chaw. I spit in the cup with the chaw that I went to sleep with. And I grab some more chaw and I put that in. I'll scratch my lovelies, pick the wedge out my crack, and I sit up and burp. Morning, y'all. What time is it?
I cannot believe you're still single, Cham.
I know.
How has somebody not snapped you up?
They keep trying, but ladies can't handle all this.
Oh, I could more than handle it if I had any interest there, buddy.
I done break you.
And Rye stretches and heads for the lavatory, the head.
Go ahead, Wilson.
I'm going to assume that my my hypersleep chamber is actually not near the crew itself. I'm a little bit further away.
It is private and well apportioned. You have, fresh cold water available to you.
Yes.
Perhaps some fine salted meat.
Box plane, of course.
Of course, naturally. Nothing but the finest.
Oh goodness.
The captain will knock on the door and let you know that we're approaching Sutter's World soon, and see if there's anything else that she can have anyone attend to.
I'm looking over my papers or my tablet, looking at what discrepancies are popping up, making notes. I do know that I need to sit down and talk to the crew. We need to talk about performance evals since those are coming up.
Certainly. Let's we'll unload the gas. It's a very dangerous part of the
Absolutely.
mission. We're trying to examine and make sure that the canisters are in proper shape. She has the second officer with her, and he's very much like whatever your needs are, Mr. Wilson. I'll be happy to go ahead and attend to whatever you need. If there's anything we can do to make you more comfortable, more pillows, less pillows, more blankets, whatever.
Are there any updates from the company Wayland Yutani? Have they sent me any information?
There were some secured communications that came over for you, but they've been sent directly to your tablet. We didn't read them or decrypt.
Okay, thank you very much. Have the crew do what they need to do. I'll be down there in a bit. Thank you.
Mike, how about as Davis begins to wake up?
Yeah, so I think when she wakes up, when I wake up, Davis, kind of looks around, gets a feel for where everybody else is moving, will go make her way to the cockpit almost immediately. And what she wants to find out is she remembers that anomaly happening before, and this run is always, kind of droll. So let's check that out and see if we can dig up any more information. While she's there, might pop open her little pill bottle, shake them around, and count how many she's got left, trying to decide on if she might want to start taking one just yet.
Sure. Yeah. Why don't you give me a Comtech roll, please?
Ooh, I did get a 6.
Excellent, fabulous. So you're looking into the sensor anomaly. It is continuing to go ahead and ping something.
Oh, it's still pinging.
Yeah, it's still pinging. Every once in a while, it just kind of. But it's like it's like a sensor anomaly. Like it goes away as soon as it pings again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's something there, and then it's gone. Something there, and then it's gone. You're feeling super groggy right now too because of the effects of the hypersleep and everything. You're still not kind of fully awake, and so you're wondering if that's kind of what's going on. And then all of a sudden, as you're kind of looking into it, the ping hits, and it reports an approaching ship. Something like a colonial picket protecting Sutter's World, or a cargo inspector. But then again, as soon as you like drill down into it to see kind of the specifics of what it is, the ping fades as if there's nothing there, and your conclusion is that it's a sensor malfunction, but there's nothing else going on. Down in the cargo hold, Sham and Rye, you're also noticing that things aren't right? Like, so normally these loads are really well secured before you guys enter hypersleep. You don't want anything particularly explosive bumping around or moving or anything like that. You guys you're kind of dehydrated. You're a little tired right now. It could just be that your recollection of like how things were done before you went into FTL is off. But it just feels like stuff's not in the same place that it was when you guys started.
Like secured stuff has been moved?
Shifted more than moved, and shifted more than you would have expected.
Load shift. All right. Well, as Rye comes back from the head, having cleaned up a little bit and probably toweling off. Cham, it looked like some of this shit's moved around to you.
I think when we had the loaders at the last stop, they must have not done their job.
Aren't you the loader?
Well, I'm in charge, but I don't load every single thing that comes on here.
I know, I'm just busting your balls, man.
I'm a little upset that this doesn't look like how I left it, though. I should have checked those knots a little better. Usually, you get union guys at a way stop. They're gonna make sure things are done right. They got some pride, but there's no pride in this here work. No pride at all in this here work.
Why do I ask you questions?
Because I'm the smartest cargo loader you ever done met.
That's right. All right, man.
Now, we cargo loaders, we ain't all that smart, but...
Do you think we need to move this crap back, make sure it's secured, lock it down?
Yeah, I'll be getting on it. You better, right. Tell the boss that I'll be busy making sure this gets right. I could be here, Walt.
You know, I'm almost tempted to do it myself and send you to talk to Miller, but...
No, you're good. You must nice to talking to the boss.
Yeah.
You know, I get talking to the boss. It doesn't go well. So I'll just get to work.
You're talking to anybody. You get talking to anybody, it doesn't go well, man. It's because you never shut up.
Why would I ever shut up? I got stuff to say. I got stuff to do. Shem's going to be walking off and starting to move stuff and gear up so he can get the heavier stuff moved into the right spots first, all while still talking. Yeah, I got stuff to do. I can't be worried about why you wonder why I talk when I'm going to be doing stuff. Shit. I got stuff to do.
Yeah. You're going to be napping behind the forklift when I get back.
No nap before it's time.
Wilson, the intercom in your quarters beeps, and it is the second officer telling you that we'll be approaching Sutter's shortly. If you would come to the bridge, we'll need your communication code to go ahead and access the beacon tower. To go ahead and let them know so we can get a docking code.
Absolutely. I'm on my way. I'll be there in 5 minutes, and I'm going to take 10.
Okay.
Rye was heading for the bridge, figuring she'd find the captain there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would have called the captain over to talk about the anomaly that we're seeing.
Yeah. Okay. So let's handle that first. So Davis, as you're talking to the captain, explain the situation. Tell me what you got going on.
Yeah. So there's some sort of strange feedback that we're getting here. Looking at it, it reads like it's a ship that's approaching, and then it's there, and then it's not.
Hi. Excuse me. Sorry. Who are you? Oh, Rye. Miss Kyla.
No,
please.
Davis. I'm the pilot.
Oh, Davis. That's right. You know what? I'm sorry. Please tell me, as the liaison for Wayland Yutani, the company that you are contracted to work for, the pilot that you do fly for.
Mm-hmm.
Please address me, and the captain can adhere to anything that is going on after. I will be the one making the decisions for the multi-trillion-dollar vehicle that you are flying. Thank you.
Certainly, sir. Yes, sir. Anything you say, sir. So there's a ship or something's coming up, sir, that is pinging some feedback to us, sir, and it's there occasionally, sir, and then it's not there, sir. And I don't really know, sir, what's going on, sir. So I'm just letting you know that there is something on the radar, sir, that seems to be popping up, sir, and then disappearing, sir.
The captain will put her hand on your shoulder, Davis. We're investigating it right now, Mr. Wilson. We don't really. There's something wrong in the sensor array. These things happen. It's probably nothing to worry about. As soon as we get to Sutter's World and we can get a technician to look at it, it'll be rectified. I'm not concerned.
No. Please don't touch me, you No, please don't. I have a bubble. Thank you very much. If there's anything that is out of the ordinary in this vicinity, don't you think it's your prerogative to check it out? Isn't that what Weyland-Yutani does pay us to do, to check out anomalies if they come into our existence?
I hate to say it, but I actually agree with this guy right now.
We will. So what would you like to do to Miss Davis, is there a ship out there?
Let me see, and I'll clack away at the keyboard and see what reading I can get up. Also, I guess my question is, like, how frequently is this ping popping up, this feedback? Is it at regular intervals? Is it sporadic, or what's the deal with it?
So, I mean, you've been in hypersleep, so it's not something that you've kind of been able to go ahead and track down a pattern or anything on.
Okay.
It's something, again, that you noticed before you went into FTL. It was considered nothing to be concerned at that point, nothing that would impact the mission, and especially with the type of cargo and the amount of time that you had to go ahead and get it there. It was considered much more important to go ahead and get the mission done and take care of it once the mission was done at that point. In fact, okay, as you're piloting around, as you're kind of trying to steer through and try to improve the sensor efficiency and everything like that, it pings again. And it's there for about 3 seconds. You're convinced that it's some sort of like a cargo inspector, but then the sensor anomaly goes again. And Wilson, it's clear standing on the bridge that basically it's like a proximity alarm. Starts going off, and it's going off for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then it's gone again.
Yeah, and I'll point it out as it happens. Like, oh yeah, see, that's what we're seeing, and it's there, and then it's not. I don't, so it looks like it's some sort of ship, but seems to.
I'm sorry. Did you say you said ship?
Well,
are you're sure?
I'm. That's the reading that I'm getting. Is that it appears to be a ship.
I please quit wasting my time. Is it a ship? We need to go check this out. What if it's one of our other ships?
There is no other ship out there. I can assure you, Mr. Wilson.
Captain Miller.
Yes.
Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we work for?
We work for Weyland-Yutani.
Weyland-Yutani. Who do I represent?
You represent Weyland-Yutani on the bridge of the ship.
Whose evaluations are being performed for the last 6 months?
Sir, if this ship explodes because of the tritium we have on board...
I'm sorry. Do you get paid to think about the cargo?
Sir.
Or do you get paid to do what we tell you to do?
If I'm dead, I don't get paid.
You're fine. These things have been handled for how many months have we been in sleep? 2-3 months?
Mm-hmm, correct. And it was pinging before we went to sleep, and it's pinging now that we woke up.
Is it pinging in duress, or is this the pinging coming from this vessel that we don't know about?
It's been
vessel.
doing the same thing since before we went to FTL, and at that
yes, but the pilot whose job is to pilot and look for things is telling me they found something else. There's an anomaly out there. It is my job to do the best interests of Weyland-Yutani. I am Weyland-Yutani. You work for me. If you want to continue working for me, you want to continue flying this ship, you want to continue being a captain, we check this out.
Fair enough, sir. How would you recommend we do that?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Waiting on your
orders. Believe we need... Miss Davis.
Sir.
Can you get us closer to this anomaly?
Yes, sir. I certainly can. Happy to do
so. Fly
so.
us safely in as close as you can to go check this out.
Definitely, sir. And Captain, I understand that we got to get the cargo there. This is something interesting, though. I mean, we've been asleep for months. Like, let's go check it out and see what's up. Even if it's nothing, then it's nothing, and we can just go deliver the cargo, right? Like, it's on the way, so we might as well see what's up, right?
Could we at least make contact with Sutter's World and let them know that we're in the sector?
I can certainly send a message out to him at the bridge.
Mr. Wilson, could we have your communication code to connect with the beacon tower?
Very well. If this will get you to check out the anomaly, so be it. And plug in my code.
Okay. The hail goes unanswered
Into
into Sutter's world. So they tried to go ahead and make a connection to the beacon tower, and there's no response.
I'll keep trying it again and say, Sutter's world. This is USCSS Montero, delivering cargo on our run here from Wayland. Trying to make contact so we can deliver our cargo. We are investigating an anomaly in the area and would like to drop off our cargo after the investigation. Are you there?
Give me, please, another Comtech roll.
No sixes that time.
No sixes. Yep. You continue to try to ping, and something does not feel right. The captain kind of pokes over your shoulder, and she starts doing the same thing that you're doing, trying to go ahead and ping the tower. Sutter's World, this is USCS Montero. Please respond. And she starts running looks like a low-level diagnostic on the communication system. Communication system seems to be working fine, but you're ringing the doorbell, but it's like nobody's home.
Can I roll a manipulation to try to coerce the situation back towards the anomaly? Sure. All right. That is 2 sixes. 2
sixes? Cool. She's very concerned by the fact that she can't seem to reach the tower because she should be able to.
Captain Miller, they're probably having some maintenance issues down on their side, planet-wise. I'm not overly concerned. Since we're in the vicinity,
fair enough.
I want to go check out this anomaly.
Fair enough.
That is more my prerogative.
It could be whatever is causing the disturbance with this other ship is interfering with the communications on the planet side.
Raya says as she walks in the room.
Yeah. Rye, what can I do for you?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize y'all were talking. Cham's down there moving stuff back into position, but like the cargo shifted way out of position while we were all snoozing.
How far out of position? I mean, these things happen sometimes.
So I've been on your crew for a while. I know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It shifted way out of position. More than usual, or I wouldn't be here talking to you.
I mean, is anything damaged? Is the tritium damaged? Is anything?
Well, if the tritium was damaged, we'd all be dead.
Right. That's my point.
So as long as Cham doesn't blow us all up while he's putting everything back and resecuring it, we should be good. But I mean, we got off lucky.
Yep.
What caused the shift?
Yep.
I mean,
yeah,
something more than just general space travel had to be going on. We get hit by an asteroid. I mean, do any of the readings show any kind of an impact?
Go ahead, Wilson.
Is there a lot of debris around our ship that could have from the anomaly?
Well, that's a good question that you're not going to be able to investigate, because as Rye is talking, asking about if asteroids or anything like that, suddenly sensors detect a ship approaching on a collision course with the Montero.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Davis, there are klaxons, there are warning lights, everything's flashing red.
What the fuck?
There is and you just see outside kind of the view area, you see basically a small area that is like bereft of stars, like a black area. It's getting closer and closer.
Can I try and take evasive action?
You absolutely can. In fact, you would need to make a piloting check. But you're going to
I can do that. I can do that.
You're making it at -2.
Yeah, I will definitely push.
Okay.
That's an agility roll. So
get us out of here.
Yep. Everybody hold on to your butts. So if it's...
Is there a big screen where we can see this coming?
What's that?
Yeah, and question.
If you're
so if
on
I'm
the
doing
bridge,
it...
you can see it. Yeah.
I did get a 6.
Okay. How many 6s?
I got 1. Do I need multiple 6s? Because I might
One will prevent catastrophic damage, but you feel like one would still would not completely remove the ship from safety. So
Okay, so if I push the roll, I just re-roll
everything
how
except
many?
for your 6. Yep.
Everything but the 6. Okay.
Yep. And then you would take a stress level.
And 1 stress level. Cool. Sweet. I got 2 more 6s, so I have a total of 3 6s now.
Cool. Okay. Excellent.
And a stress level.
So
Nice.
you are able to maneuver your ship, and as it kind of you kind of see the gap in space kind of scrape by you, kind of like an iceberg on the Titanic, and it is a derelict ship. Even as you're kind of piloting by it, but you just are able to kind of squeak by it. You probably hear like a little bit of metal on metal scraping on the way by, but everything indicates that the Montero is still intact.
All right.
Jesus, Lee. Good job. Good job. Holy crap. Holy crap.
Phew.
Nice pat on the
Captain
back.
again puts a hand on her shoulder, says, "Nice job, Davis."
Ace pilot. That's why you hired me.
Yep. Definitely. So down in the cargo hold, you definitely, Sham, you definitely feel all of a sudden that the ship is moving as evasively, and you start to hear collision sensors start to go off. And again, everything is like deathly quiet for just a second as the Montero is kind of holding position, and just you kind of see the walls of the cargo hold start to rattle. Maybe a couple of rivets pop out and clink down to the floor, and then everything settles down, and and then the alarms go off, and everything seems to settle.
Oh, Mount Shoo, this is not good. What is going on over there? I'm gonna like go to the intercom. What are you doing up there? Who watching what up there?
Who has reactions to that incident?
I gotta go make sure that all of the gear that I've been working on is secure. I was in the middle of doing that because stuff would move, so I gotta go make sure that the stuff didn't move no more. I get everything secured, nothing falls over, and everything's in good order. Then I gotta go check on the tritium, make sure there are no leaks, breaks, or damages.
Yep. Give me an observation roll then, please, Sham.
I rolled no 6s. I got 2 and a 3.
Everything had been already jostled around quite a bit at the time that the collision happened. As reported, some of the canisters had been knocked a little bit loose. Nothing dangerous, but you had been working on that. And with so many, there's 72 canisters on board. It's tough to tell if they're any more that are out of position. Looks like some of your tools have been shuffled around a little bit too, but doesn't look like anything is any more damaged or in disarray than it was last time. So
I just tidy up and then I report to the bridge and let them know that working on securing all the gear and everything looks mostly okay.
The captain will respond back and say,
"Yeah, Sham, keep things safe down there. We don't want this ship exploding on us. We rely on you here. We're really not sure what the scope of the damage is yet, but we may need you to if there's any external damage to the ship, you know that you're our guy."
A bit safe is 1.5.
I'm going to look over at the pilot and just kind of give her this scornful look. And, "You idiot. Who taught you how to drive? You should have been able to avoid that earlier." And then I'm going to head over to Mother and go in there and check the status in the actual systems.
taught me how to drive. It's only because of me that we're still fucking alive right now. Bastard.
Okay, cool. Give me a contact roll.
2 6s.
2 6s. Fabulous. Smother runs shipwide diagnostics, lights and everything like that go off there. And after a few minutes, reports back that life support is fully functional. Ship environment is stable and within normal parameters. And the umbilical docking port is damaged, but in reparable condition. Mother estimates that it would be 1 shift worth of work by a specially designed EVA crane repair unit that is on board, normally piloted by Roughneck Sham, and to be fixed and can be fixed in roughly 1 shift.
And the tritium.
The tritium conversion rates are within normal parameters, and no leaking tritium is reported in any of the environmental sensors.
I just want to go back to the bridge and relay this information down to Sham, since he's just down there looking to make sure everything's pretty or not.
Yep, absolutely. And Rye and Davis were on the bridge already, and of course Captain Miller is there also. The only one that's not on the bridge right now is Sham, and so there's certainly central communications that from the bridge you could get information to the cargo hold. Well, when you walk back from Mother, Captain Miller would say, "What's the report? What does the computer report?"
The umbilical's damaged. Sham or Rye, one of you need to get down there and fix this right now. If not, both of you. Everything, the tritium's looking good. I don't know how we made this by pure luck. Do not damage my equipment anymore. Go down there and fix it.
Miller, Rye, why don't you take Sham's job getting the tritium stabilized? I know the canisters were all knocked loose after transit and everything like that. I'm going to continue trying to get in touch with Sutter's World. I'm not sure why they're not answering. I'll continue working that problem. Rye, would you go to the cargo hold and tell Sham to suit up to start working on the umbilical? We're going to want to see what that derelict vessel is before it gets too far. So Davis, I need you to stay on navigation and just make sure that we know where that ship is, so that once Sham gets his head out of his butt, we can get over there and get boarded. Does that make sense to everybody? Anybody have any questions about this?
Sure why Sham's head was being his butt, but that's fine. And I walk out.
I'd like to do as much as I can or find out as much as I can about this this ship. Is there any way? I don't know if it would be observation or what I would do exactly to get a look at it or find out what I can about
sure.
what we're dealing with.
So as it kind of scraped by, at the moment that it had kind of pinged and the collision was imminent, and with the collision imminent, the ship in kind of its emergency mode turned on all of its external floodlights to see what it was that was and get a really good visual through the panel. You were busy flying, but give me an observation roll.
So it's a roll of 5. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna push the roll because I did not
rock on. Okay,
roll well, so I'm just gonna re-roll all of them.
Yeah, rock on. I like it.
Hey, I got 3 6s that time.
Awesome, excellent, fabulous. Then, so as you're trying to pilot the ship around this derelict, floating, spinning, oddly spinning ship, and just as it's spinning by you catch a name on the side of the vessel, and the name is the USCSS Chronos.
Chronos. Okay.
Am I able to see that, or is that?
So this was at the point that the collision happened. So as Davis, Davis, do you relay now that things are kind of we're out of the emergency mode? That is information that you have, Davis. Do you relay that to the people that are on the bridge? Let's say Wilson has just come back from his interaction with Mother. Do you relay that to the bridge?
Yeah, I'll relay that. As we're kind of navigating around, I assume that like one of the floodlights maybe hits the name on the side of the ship, and I'll point it out and be like, USCS Chronos.
Are you sure? Are you sure that's what it says?
I'm seeing it with my eyes. You can see it with your own eyes too, my man. It's right there.
Indeed, the floodlight says Chronos. There are scratch marks in the name, but it says Chronos.
How soon can we get that umbilical cord up? I want to pull up next to that ship.
Captain Miller says it's going to be at least a shift, and that's really going to depend on how skilled our own Leron is at working.
Well, go down there and make sure they do it right. I want this done properly. I want on that ship.
Yes, no, totally agree. Whatever's on that ship, we should be trying to acquire. She'll go over to a comm panel and. Leron, in the cargo hold, you hear the bosun of communication from the bridge.
Leron, are you getting into your EVA suit? We're going to need you to go repair the umbilical.
I got a EVA to repair the umbilical. What about the gear? We got to stow this. This is dangerous stuff.
I'm sending Rye down. Rye will take care of the gear. You're my best man. I need you to go ahead and take care of the umbilical.
All right, Captain. I guess I'll just go do that then. I'll make sure it gets done.
All right. So, Leron, the EVA mech that you have is easy enough to operate and to get into. It's something that you've been in before, and has the magnetized pods on the bottom that help it stick to the exterior of the ship. Davis, you know enough to not engage the engines while EVA is happening, lest Leron get left a parsec behind the ship with limited oxygen. There is, Leron, only one shift worth of oxygen in the EVA suit, and so we're going to ask you in a moment to go ahead and make your check to see how the repairs go. So we'll get to you in just a moment.
Before he gets to the actual suit, I left at the beginning of the previous conversation. I'm hoping to catch him somewhere along the way, either leaving the cargo bay, because in my mind, originally, I was going to tell him still that he's going to
totally
suit up.
Yep, absolutely. Rai, you are certainly welcome to see Sham. When you get down there, Sham is already getting into his EVA suit, but you're certainly welcome to interact with him.
You're already changing. What, they called down ahead of me? She told me to come down and tell you.
Yeah, they got that boss man up there. He kind of hot under the collar. Want me to move real fast, but put on the gear right. Make sure all my seals are good, and I will make sure that I get the job done.
Hey,
I got my EVA tools over there in the kit there.
Sean, no bullshit. Take it easy out there. Don't rush, and don't let them put new pressure on you. The captain's jumping through hoops for this Wayland dick like, I don't know, she's a schoolgirl. So, I mean, he's really pushing hard. I don't know what he wants over there so bad, but don't let him get you killed. I gotta go put this other shit away.
You got it. It should be okay. I got most of it, but check down the south side just in case I missed something. That was a fast look. I was trying to hurry, but I'll be okay. I work for many a boss, man, and they ain't never made Champ get no kind of trouble, no kind of way. I'm still here, and I'll be all right.
You better be.
Hey, it's for the bayou, baby.
All right. We don't need to talk about the bayou, you old perf. Go on, get out there. Next thing you know, we'll be swamping.
Oh, now you're talking my kind of language.
All right, so everybody else. So Sham is able to successfully exit the vehicle because of the connection to the EVA through the ship. He does like to quietly play music as he's in his EVA. You can hear it kind of reverberating through the hull of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Rye, by the way, does not go to stow any cargo.
Yes.
She goes and sits down with a novel to read, derelicts.
The soft blues music kind of rifling through, can kind of hear it echoing through the ship. Wilson, I need your 3d6 rolls, please.
A 6, a 3, and a 2.
6, a 3, and a 2, so that's a... At this moment, what is your character most insecure about?
Right now, the music that he's hearing, he just can't stand it. But no, honestly, most insecure about right now, he's really insecure about what is happening right now with his ship, the ship that he's found, and how can he make this work for him?
11. Okay, I'm going to give you a different... Actually, no, I'll give you the same question. What is your character currently most insecure about?
The fact that we just nearly got killed. She watched the hull of another ship pass across, like literally from the bridge, because she was standing there. She'd just come in to talk to the captain, and like we nearly almost fucking died.
Yeah.
And now, our Wayland Yutani suit is like all hot for us to jump right on it, when what we really need to do is make sure that we're safe.
Yep.
And I'm really not sure, feeling pretty insecure about our situation.
I like it.
Which is why she's gone to chill with one of her novels in her bunk while enjoying Sham's music.
Excellent. I like it. All right.
Not in a pervy way, in a relaxing way.
Hey, everybody relaxes a different way, Ryan. Davis, your 3d6 roll, please.
Yeah. Gonna be 6, 7, 8. Oh, not much more. 9.
9. Cool. Ooh. What is a conspiracy theory that your character believes is absolutely true?
Ooh.
Yeah, so Davis believes, I think, that a cabal of the wealthy elite, maybe government officials, maybe heads of major corporations, likely a mix of all of that, have been in cahoots and exploring deep space travel much longer than is accepted to be the truth in the general public. They've been doing so in an attempt to contact alien civilizations to advance technology and society according to the plans maybe that they have laid out for their own advancements.
Okay, so Liwanika, we're going to go to you for a minute here. You are in deep space right now. Like you would have expected if the ship had just exited FTL travel and woke up from your cryo sleep because you were nearing your destination, you would expect to see the signs of some sort of star cluster somewhere, right? The warmth of an alien sun, distant planets, maybe something, some sort of sign that you're somewhere. You see none of that.
Daggum, they ain't even no kind of colored nebulae up here.
Nope. You are in deep, dark, cold space.
The nethers is real dark.
I need you. So you are able to maneuver your EVA suit to the umbilical. And again, you notice that basically it looks like it got hit by another ship. It's all crumpled and folded. You have to put some replacement parts on there. That's no problem. The Montero has the replacement parts. It's going to take you a few hours to do this. I need you to make me a heavy machinery roll to see if you succeed.
All right. Well, we got 1 6.
Okay. All right. So you roll your 8 dice and you got 1 push. Would you like to push? Would you now like to push your roll to try to get more successes?
Yes.
Do so.
Woo! Now we're talking buku 6s. I got 3 more for a total of 4.
Total of 4. Fabulous. You are, I don't know if it's the music that's putting you in the right mood or if you're just feeling it in your suit tonight. You are out there, you're moving with deft and precision, you are one with the machine. It's fabulous. And you are convinced the repair job is exemplary. everything just fit together just right. Maybe your initial investigation suggested that maybe it was more damaged than you thought, that kind of thing. But this thing is like the umbilical connector on the Montero right now is probably the nicest piece of equipment on the Montero right now. So, well done.
Sham the bridge. This bad boy fixed. I just gotta tell you, you best get the number of the driver, cause I'll go whoop him up good. He done tried to fuck up my boat, and I don't like it. But she fixed
what
now.
What the hell is that hillbilly saying?
I said it is fixed, and you better find out who tried to wreck it, cause I'm about to fuck them up.
I work with morons.
Yes, but you spend a lot of time by yourself, so I understand, sir. I'll endeavor to educate you a little bit later. Sham out. Got to get back in before the air run dry.
Miller's trying not to laugh. Trying and not doing very well. That's good that Leron was able to fix the umbilical. This is encouraging, Mr. Wilson. It seems that we will be able to position ourselves and go take a look at the Chronos.
I'm so happy the Mongoloid knew how to work a wrench. Congratulations.
Mr. Wilson, do you have so the Chronos is it another Weyland-Yutani ship? Is that a ship under our designation? I mean, it must be, right? I'm just not familiar with the call sign.
That's information I can't disclose at this moment right now, mostly because, if I'm being honest, I'm not fully aware of the ship. However, I will look into it.
If you'd go, can you pull up the ship registry? I just want to understand what it is that we're getting into before we get in there. So would you be able to get that information from Mother?
I'll pull up my.
Cool.
Yes, I'll go talk to Mother.
So the Chronos is not a current registration. So I need. So Mother is able to kind of give you a batch of information about it. First of all, the Chronos was lost about 75 years ago. Basically, same kind of thing where it was doing a run of various goods. It wasn't tritium; it was something else. But basically, didn't arrive in its location and was never found on long range sensors. It was basically just blipped out of existence. The other thing that Mother can confirm is that the periodic ping signatures that it was receiving kind of throughout the last 24 hours or so were coming from that ship, from Chronos. Now that it's kind of continuing to receive them every once in a while, it is confirming that the pings are from the same ship. The reason why it was confusing the computer is because it's a much older technology than is current, and so that wasn't a frequency is normally scanned for. And also the ship does seem to be in some sort of electrical and operational distress. It doesn't seem to be able to maintain consistent power, which would suggest to Mother that that life support is probably not currently on in the ship.
Okay.
So. Do you relay all that information to Captain Miller and the bridge crew?
No, I'll relay some of the information.
Okay, so let's do this then. Captain Miller will page Roughneck Rye and ask you and Sham to join her. Mr. Wilson, who just got information from Mother, and Mr. Davis, because they were going to need navigational support. So the four of you are going to be going onto the derelict ship. The captain just wants to get all of you together so that we can formulate a plan on how to do so. Rye, are you in a position where you can receive the notification from the captain? Or
Well, I have to accurately answer this question. I need to know when Sham sent his message to the bridge, was that over the open comms of the ship or only to the bridge? Do I know he's done and the umbilical arm is ready to be used? Or am I finding it out now?
It's been an entire shift, so it's been 6 to 7 hours that he's been doing his EVA. And you know that the suit that he's in, also being a roughneck, he's only got 1 shift's worth of air. So if nothing else, his EVA should be ending shortly, whether he's done or not.
Cool. Then no, she's definitely available and honestly, surprisingly ready. She hasn't done a thing to secure any bit of equipment because, that's work that she didn't want to do. But she spent some time relaxing and chilling after dealing with the near-death experience, and then is kind of excited about what she might be able to clandestinely just, between Mother and I, find a way to profit out of this. And she wants to go check out the other ships. So she's ready to go. She's got, her gear on. She's got some lights. She's got a bag.
Yep.
Backpack, whatever.
Fabulous. Okay. Excellent. So Sham, Rai comes and finds you and basically relays that the captain is pulling is pulling the group together to go on an away mission.
I don't even get no kind of rest, no kind of snack. Daggone. Gonna give me some of that powder ice cream. Because I do like the powder ice cream. Especially that Neapolitan type. I like those flavors.
How about some coffee, Sham? I know you're not getting any rest. You worked hard. Great job, by the way. It looks fantastic. But come on, this is kind of exciting, right? I mean, we're gonna get to go check out a lost ship.
I'll
be fun.
Okay, I get some coffee, but I'm gonna get some of that Neapolitan ice cream. I liked it.
Okay, I'm not saying don't have it. I'm just trying to help you stay awake, bro.
Excellent.
You just like to argue, don't you?
I don't like to argue, but if the argument fits.
That's what I said. Yes, absolutely. All right, come on, let's go find that then.
You didn't get it, see? I argued with you about not liking to argue. You're losing your touch, right? You're losing your touch.
I got it, Sham. I totally got it. No.
That was pure comedy gold. All right, let's go meet the captain.
What can I say, old man? Sometimes you're just too quick for me.
Yeah, well.
So there is a room off the side of the galley that the captain is set up with an old-looking, beat-up comm terminal. The Montero is not known for much excess and much doesn't have all the nicest bells and whistles as far as technology goes. The one thing that once she had kind of relayed through Mother that her intention was to board, Mother has provided a layout of the Chronos. Wilson, you're the one that got the intelligence from the computer here. What do we know about the boat?
So we do know this is, just as the name says, is the Chronos. The information that Mother was able to give to me in lieu of with Weyland-Yutani, this ship is a Weyland-Yutani ship. It is a ship that was lost a while ago. It was operating old frequencies. As far as I can tell, and from what they know, this ship has been missing for a while. I will let you know, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a goldmine for us. We bring this ship back, Weyland-Yutani will pay you dearly, even more than what we could get with the tritium. This may be something you, for your careers, that you would like to endeavor in, and I strongly encourage you to get this ship functioning and operational.
Can I ask?
Yes.
Ask a question. Oh, you go first, Ray.
Oh no, Sham. You first, please.
I was gonna say, are we getting shares? Like how many?
You'll get 3, Sham, and I'll get you some Neapolitan ice cream. How's that sound?
I do like that Neapolitan ice cream. Yes,
Yes.
All right.
Hang on, Sham.
3 shares. I like it.
This will be, any shares that you get will be based on the quality of the ship, the effectiveness of your work, and how quickly and effectively we get it back to Weyland-Yutani.
Wait. Does it depend, or does he get 3 shares? Which is it?
Ms. Rai, you and I will be talking later about your disrespect and discretions here. Obviously, that was sarcasm with our good little friend, Cham.
No. The sarcasm was directed to you because you just talked out of both sides of your face like you've been doing most of the time since we
Miss Rai, that is enough out of you.
Yeah, right. Let's not make this any more stressful or any more complicated than it needs to be.
I'll be happy with the 3 shares, and Rai, you don't need to worry. I'll be okay. And don't hold back on the Neapolitan ice cream. I'll be good with that.
Sham, I mean, you just did a bunch of work on the exterior here. Do we need to wait until morning, or are you going to be okay to go?
It seems that the boss man got a big rush on it, so if we need to go now, I can go. I can take some cat naps along the way. I imagine if it's broken, we gotta first get life support in. So as soon as my EVA suit charges up, I'll be ready to go.
Yep. Fair enough. So, if we're not going to wait until morning, so there's the heavy mech suit that you wore to go ahead and fix the exterior. But if we're not going to wait until morning for that to charge up and to replenish with its air supply, then someone is going to have to basically execute a spacewalk to connect the umbilical once you are alongside the ship. But first things first, we need to get alongside the ship. So Miller will basically invite everyone onto the bridge so that we can observe here. And Davis, the comm will be yours. Rai, yes, you have further questions?
I apologize. I got distracted. I apologize, and it apparently was disrespectful over the disrespect to my friend. But my original question was, how are we going to get it back? The Montero ain't rated to tug.
We got plenty of storage space inside the cargo hold there.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression we were trying to salvage the ship.
I mean, the ship is 75 years old. I'm not. I would imagine that we'll have to. You know what? That's going to be a good question for you when you're on the ship, Rise, to figure out if there's anything valuable on the ship, and or if we need to somehow get the ship back itself. The Chronos is a significantly larger ship than the Montero, so it's significantly nicer. So, look, let's be honest here. If we can get the Chronos up and running, then maybe it makes more sense to load the Montero into the Chronos and. All sorts of fun for you.
We'll have to see what state it's in once we get over there, but if it flies, I can fly it back.
See? That's the kind of attitude we like.
Anything's better than lugging this hunk of junk around the...
Let's go over equipment provisioning, because there's going to be 4 of you going over. So obviously... the gear on the Montero is going to be important here. So, first of all of you will have an MK5 compression suit. The other equipment that we have on board here, there is an M314 motion tracker. Who would like that?
Oh, I'm definitely going to try and take it now.
Have at it. I'll be nice.
Okay.
I'll allow the pilot to have it.
There is also a cutting torch. One of the Refnucks should take that.
I'll take this cutting torch, since my main alligator man didn't jump right up for it.
I figure you do the cutting, I do the holding in place.
Yep. Cool. Okay, and there are also several weapons. There is a Wada Tsunami bolt gun with 4 shots in it.
What other guns are there?
Let's see. There is also there's an M4A3 service pistol, a harpoon grappling gun, and an M240 incinerator unit.
I'll take the pistol.
I would gladly take that harpoon gun. And if nobody takes it, I'll take the flamethrower too.
I would like some sort of ranged weapon because that's what I'm best with.
Yep.
So, what does a flamethrower work with?
So it has its own contained fuel and oxygen tank. So it can and it basically produces intensity 9 fire. And so if you look in the consumables or in the conditions section of the book, that's what it produces. Okay.
Flame on.
Yep.
And Rye straps the flamethrower to her back. Sorry, Sham. You wanted the cool weapon. You should have chose the cool weapon.
I did get the true weapon. I was just willing to take on a second one.
Yep.
Fair enough. You
Cool.
did get the cool weapon if you were hunting gators in the swamp, my friend.
That ain't even nice, hot stuff. Not even nice.
It wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. I love you, man.
And then the other thing that you guys are able to take along with you, you basically have like an exterior battery pack type thing so that if you find, once you've kind of got their computers up and running and fixed, if there's any damage to them, you'll basically be able to jumpstart them so that they can get their own interior alternators working and hopefully get charged. It's basically like a one-time charge to go ahead and turn on their computers.
And we each have that?
No, there's one P5000 power loader, so who wants it?
That sounds like equipment. So then, Mr. Wilson, since you're the one that's likely going to be starting computers and stuff, because, you know, mother's not for my grade level of importance, I would imagine you want the battery pack so you can get that job done? Or do you want me to carry it for you because it's a little heavy and you might be a little spleeny?
Well, I don't need you licking the battery. We need to use it, so I think I should hold on to it. Thank you very much, Cham.
Oh, I never lick a battery unless I'm getting extra flavor from my chitlins. You know I'm kidding with you. Chitlins don't need no battery flavor. They good on their own.
My God. Please tell me you've never bred.
I always eat bread. I prefer hush puppies, but I always eat bread.
I do actually have one very, very serious question for you, Mr. Wilson, at this point.
Yes, right.
Right, it's okay. He's just funning
sure?
and all. He's just funning.
What if I'm just funning? You think you take it like I was funning?
He may be the boss man, but we a crew. A boss man cares about his crew. He knows I can take a little fun ribbon. That's why I called him Sweeney. Did he get mad when I called him that? No.
Well, I thought maybe he could take a little ribbon too, but he never seems to for me. He just gets pissed off.
Well, your ribbon sounds a little bit more like, you know, knifing sometimes.
Well, sometimes the bitch will cut you.
Well,
Enough. Both ears.
Sorry, Captain. I'll be better now. Sorry, Mr. Wilson. You know I was.
I'll try to behave, but I might ask you my question later.
We'll talk later, Rye. Thank you.
You'll be out on that boat together, and I don't have to listen to it. You can ask him whatever questions you want over there. All right, Sham, you're sure you're ready to go?
I'm always ready to go. Could I get some of the pot of coffee? Once we get their water systems going, I'm going to need some.
You sure you're going to be okay with just coffee, or you need something stronger?
You didn't bring coffee? I told you to bring coffee.
Well, we got a lot to do, and we want to make sure it get done right, so I best get some of them stems if need be. Want to make sure I'm awake and I don't mess nothing up. We should also bring over some first aid equipment because we don't know what their store's going to be, and I got to make sure that the team okay. Oh, all right. And we're good.
Okay. Then, Miss Davis, why don't you take the con, give me your piloting roll. You've been tracking the trajectory of the Chronos and everything, so give me... Actually, first things first, I'm actually going to ask for a Comtech roll first. That's going to tell me how successful you were at tracking its trajectory.
Okay, that's only a 3. Hey, but I got a 6.
Fabulous. Yep, you feel like you are definitely able to get it within boarding range, and so as Captain Miller was talking, because the exterior heavy suit that Sham was piloting is out of commission, basically you'll get it within range of the Chronos, and then one of you will have to take an exterior spacewalk, basically to attach to manually attach the umbilical to the Chronos, to the docking port on the Chronos, so that you can get in. So, who would like to do that? It would be somebody with a reasonable mobility skill. Rye volunteers.
Rye, are you capable of handling that? Do you think you can do that without any attitude?
I don't think she can do anything without attitude, but I think she can.
And she looks
handle
him dead in the eye and says, "If you think you can do it better than me, go fucking do it. I'm tired of this shit."
Rye, I think you're my vote on that one also, Rye. I say we let you go do that.
You sure? Because corporate dick over here seems to think he knows how to do it better than me, and I'm tired of it.
Maybe, Mr. Wilson, maybe we can calm down a little bit here and let the expert get their job done.
You hear that? It's expert. My question earlier was, did your mother ever regret teaching you to speak? And then she starts getting dressed.
Tensions are high.
I'd like to believe that was funny, but I'm not so much sure.
I was definitely going for his ribs.
So tensions right now on the bridge are a little tough. I'm going to need all four of you, please, to roll a single stress die. Whoever rolls the lowest is going to gain 1 stress level. And if you roll a 1, you automatically gain 1.
I'm happy with a 4 on this roll.
Okay, so Davis, you will automatically gain a stress level. Sham,
12.
You're okay.
6.
Wilson, you're fine too. So Davis, the pressure on the bridge right now. In fact, I'm going to roll
Tensions
for Miller
are
also.
high, y'all.
Miller also rolled a 1. So Miller and Davis both have a stress level. So you made your contact roll, Davis. So you feel like you are able to get it in proper position. So now I'm going to need a piloting roll for you to actually make that. So.
Yeah, just make a note of my stress levels here.
Now this is to line up for me to make the walk, right?
Correct. Yep.
So when he did this contact roll, are the computations somewhere where I can review them?
Yeah, absolutely. They would be. They basically it was. They'd be on a pad, like a computer pad next to the terminal with the calculations and everything.
When he shifts to piloting, I lean over and start checking them out.
Sure. Give me a contact roll. Check
The dim-witted roughneck gives the Wayland guy a dirty look as she rolls 7 fucking dice. And then looks sheepish as she has to push the roll. No, she doesn't. She got a 6.
She got a 6. Yeah, his calculations look totally solid. So
I also got
Right.
a 6 for piloting.
excellent. Cool. So you deftly maneuver the Montero, and as the Montero and the Chronos now kind of get in sync, as the Chronos and the Montero are kind of rotating, you're matching the rotation, matching the velocity. You realize just how much larger than the Montero the Chronos is. And even though the Chronos is probably about 100 years older than the Montero, you realize now what Captain Miller was saying about how it definitely seems like a much nicer, much more well-apportioned ship. So
Even with older technology?
even with older technology, that if you dropped a new computer in that bad boy, it would purr like a 1965 Mustang. So
Rye's actually smiling a little bit as we get closer and looking out the window. Once she stops paying attention to Wilson over there.
Yep. The Chronos is also definitely showing its age. Like, it's pretty obvious that on the exterior that it's 100 years older than the Montero and has been floating in some random sector of space. You know, it's got its hull is scratched from micrometeorites and everything like that. Rye, you are in your EVA suit, so you'll be tethered out the airlock as you go to connect the umbilical. So give me please a mobility.
Big money, no whammies. Oh, whammy. I'm going to push my roll.
You're going to push that, okay?
Dude, I had 5 1s. Good thing
Oof.
it wasn't a stress roll.
That ain't good at all.
3 6s that time.
3 6s, perfect, excellent. So basically, the umbilical connector is it's basically a expandable accordion style umbilical. You're able to steer it right to. I would like you, please, to give me an observation roll, and because of your success on the mobility roll, you're going to get a bonus die.
I got 1 6 on.
1 6. That's going to be just fine. So as you're moving the umbilical towards the airlock on the Chronos, you can see why the Chronos is having life support issues. The airlock portal, it can be opened, but it is damaged. It is, and it's no longer able to maintain integrity and keeping out the vacuum of space. So that tells you several things. For one, if there's no life support on the inside, it's going to be cold, it's going to be dark, and you're going to have to stay in your compression suits until you get that fixed. Thing one. But as you're looking at the airlock, so that's pretty obvious as you're kind of extending the umbilical to the docking portal. It's pretty obvious that that's what the problem is, that the docking portal itself is damaged. As you near it, the damage to the docking portal is definitely not from the collision with the Montero. The damage to the portal seems as if it was something interior to the ship getting out, not something exterior to the ship trying to get in, if that, like you would expect to see from a collision.
Like something exploded out through the hatch?
It doesn't look like it exploded. There's not enough damage to suggest it exploded, but something internal was definitely causing it. Definitely is damage from the inside of the airlock, not external. It's like blown out, not blown in, but it's not an explosion. There's not enough damage.
What the fuck? Well, I've got good news and bad news, boys and girls.
What's the news?
We should be able to couple and board, but the Chronos has no life support. This airlock was blown or torn outward.
I'm sorry, did you say outward?
Yeah, that's why I said what the fuck first, but yeah, outward. It's crazy.
How long do you think it's going to take you guys to fix that?
Without being able to get closer, there's no way to even judge. So I just wanted to give you all the first bit of a heads up, and let me get this done and let us get an assessment.
Very well.
She's shocked enough she didn't even sass you.
I better bring some more special insulation for the seals. We're gonna need some big gaskets. We should have some extra in the stores. So I'll make sure that they come over with us.
Do what you can.
Of course.
Son of a bitch.
If we get it working, we're gonna be using it, so we're gonna make it work.
Very well. Captain Miller, you know what to do.
I'll be here keeping an eye on the Montero, and I have enough, I'll be making sure that the umbilical doesn't get stretched too far and all that sort of stuff. I'll be making sure that you guys are safe and that you guys can get back.
Thank you.
That's my job.
I want to... is Davis doing anything right now?
Davis has just successfully piloted the ship, so not specifically.
Okay.
Well, actually, I guess actually that would be up to Davis. So Davis, you tell me.
Yeah, I think just kind of holding her steady, making sure we're keeping pace. That's probably what I'm doing right now is getting, if we got a readout of the Chronos, I'm mapping out as best as I can how we need to get to life support and get that on. Also, finding the bridge and the command station and kind of the quickest route there to see if we can get computers online.
Yep, fair enough.
So that's what I'm doing as Wilson approaches, is just kind of sorting through all of as much information as I can, trying to plot courses for everybody.
Sure. Why don't you give me an observation roll to see, just kind of how well you're able to go ahead and kind of plot that out.
I got a 6. 1 6.
Awesome. Yep. No worries. You feel like the schematic seems complete, and you feel like you'll have a good way to navigate. That's fine.
Okay. So yeah, Davis is probably muttering to herself as you approach, of like looking around these readouts on the screens in front of her and trying to, with her fingers coordinate a path to, wherever we need to go.
Okay. Is the captain not around? Is she doing something else? She's not paying attention?
The captain is definitely available, and basically with all of her best and brightest about to leave. She is basically positioned on the bridge, monitoring any other ping traffic. Still trying to go ahead and figure out why they're not able to reach Sutter's world. But
so she's distracted right now is more what I'm interested in.
Yeah, but she doesn't have to be. If you want to get her, you can certainly reach her. Otherwise, she's off doing her own thing.
No, I don't.
If you're trying to get, so are you more trying to get something past her? Is that what you're trying to do?
I'm trying to talk discreetly to Davis.
Gotcha.
Yep. I'm going to apologize. So I don't need that kind of reputation. I want to come over to Davis. So it has come to my attention that I'm not making the best of friends around here.
Oh, has it now? Who would have thought?
Yes, I'm trying to apologize to you. If I'm being honest, your talents are being wasted on this ship. You obviously are wonderful as a pilot. The fact of what you just did by flying the ship, I think it's something that should be noted, and I will be putting it in my information for Wayland Yutani. I believe you're not designated for this ship, that we need to find something a little more adventurous for your taste in piloting. It definitely seems like your skills are being wasted here, and I need to apologize to you for that. As well as, until we get back to our base, and I kind of pull out of my pocket a little pill bottle. I know you like to keep your abilities sharp, and I pop out 2 pills. I give her 1. I think I can take care of you and make sure you're kept well off in your needs until we reach back to the ship. And I pop the pill in my mouth and say, to future endeavors.
I'm always up for another adventure, and glad this didn't turn out to be just another boring run. And I'll pop the pill myself. I'll say, and certainly I'm interested in bigger and better. I think, well, you're a little bit higher up the food chain than you let on, wouldn't you say?
There may be benefits to working with me.
All right. We'll see what we can do.
Very well.
Fabulous.
And I'm going to walk away.
Okay. Anything else that anybody would like to do before traversing the umbilical into the airlock into the Chronos?
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. All right. So then you find yourselves, if you're looking at the map, in the A1 airlock. How do you proceed through the ship? Who would like to do
So that's
what?
at the top junction, or the first junction. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, A1, deck A, top
Deck
right,
Exactly.
or left. Sorry, dyslexic, which is great for a pilot, I know.
I think Wilson would like to try to get to the mother system on there to try to do a hookup.
Yep. That's fine. Okay. Is anybody going with Wilson?
I know I'm making friends over here.
Actually, before we dive in there, so Rye, you've got the cutting torch, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. So because of the damage to the airlock, obviously you'll need to use the cutting torch to kind of get in there so that all 4 of you can fit through. Would you give me your heavy machinery roll, please?
2 6s.
2 6s. Fabulous. So you are able to sort of deftly carve out a portion that will be easily reparable when you go to bring life support back on. Do you wish to just leave it open now, or do you want to try to seal it up here so that you can try to support life support before fixing the door?
Given the number.
I say we seat it up. That way I can get the air support going, life support going.
So here's a question. Behind this, there should be, right behind this airlock, there should be an emergency bulkhead to seal it off. It means we wouldn't be able to open it again, and we'd need to move the shuttle to a different airlock. And we'd have to reach that airlock in order to reboard it. But it would save hours of work to rebuild this.
Yep. It would take you easily, basically it would be a shift's worth of work for one person to go ahead and fix the airlock and have it properly be contained. So we're talking about dividing of labor at this point.
So I'm like pitching that to y'all. What do y'all think? Should we move the shuttle, seal this off? It's got a lot of airlocks. Do we want to waste the time?
There's plenty of airlocks. I say you seal this up so we can get life support going. We can make formal repairs later.
I agree.
Boss man, what do you think?
Do what you think's best as long as we get the job done.
Excellent.
Okay. All right.
Seal it up.
Fair enough then. So it'll basically take you like one turn. So like if you're just going to seal it up so that you don't have to open it and you won't be able to open it again, it's like a 5 or 10 minute job to go ahead and basically seal it up and keep it worked. Otherwise, to get it working again would be a full shift. So like 6
Actually,
hours.
This place is kind of creeping me out, but because we don't know if any of all the other airlocks are intact. Since we're doing this, why don't Shem and I stay here? We'll seal the bulkhead, and Shem and I can start working on the life support systems, while you two pilot the shuttle to another airlock, and in the meantime, give the outside of the ship, check the other airlocks, make sure we don't have anywhere else where I don't want to turn the life support back on and just be venting it out into space again.
Well, I think if we're gonna move the ship, then we have to pull the tether back to the Montero then as well. And move that
Correct,
around.
Exactly. Currently,
Kind
you
of
are
leaving y'all
connected
stranded here.
Yeah.
I think it's better to have more hands on deck while y'all are fixing what you can't hear. We'll go and see what readouts we can get from Mother, get that up and running. If we can get some diagnostics on the ship, then we can get a sense of if there is more trouble with the other airlocks.
If we're being honest, Wilson majored in HR, not welding, so I don't think that's going to be a good decision on his part either.
I don't think that I would be too adept at getting any of the other airlocks open if there is anything that any other actions we would need to take there.
I say we should
do the repairs here while we are all here.
So we're going to just seal it up and move on to another airlock then?
Now, we set it up, turn on the air here so we don't got to worry about getting out.
So we're going to seal it up behind us and cut our way back out if we need to. All right. Sometimes I have trouble understanding you, Ron. I'll buy you. It's good. I'm with you. All right.
Yeah, set it up.
Davis, your heads-up display for a brief second showed movement about 100 yards away.
What direction?
I mean, you're at the very front of the ship, and so it was in the direction towards the back of the ship.
Okay. Was it like straight ahead or maybe down on another deck or?
Yep. It was on another deck. It was not on the plane that you're on. It was further below. It was further down.
Yeah, guys, we got some movement in one of the lower decks towards the back of the ship. It was there. Now it's gone. That's weird.
The fuck you talking about movement?
Great. Yeah, that's great. That's what I wanted. Excellent.
Nothing can be alive on this ship.
It was probably a glitch. Are you sure you're reading that right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, guess what? This ship was a glitch, so... And yet here we are, on the ship. That was a glitch. What do you know about that?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that we just gotta go check it out. I gotta head that way to get to the life support, get that going. So I'll check it out while we're down there.
Why don't we just... If something moved, are we sure we want to seal it up?
Yes.
The ship has been missing for 75 years. There's nothing that can possibly live for that long.
You're right. I'm being crazy. All right.
It's probably something round rolling about.
It's a motion sensor. Motion can happen. The ship is obviously in not the most pristine condition.
And it's in motion.
Yes, it is.
True enough. I don't know.
Seal up this. We're going to go to Mother. I'm going to check it out.
All right.
You two can do life support. Get that running. I want to get this done as quick as possible.
If you can,
go on then. It'll only take a couple of minutes for us to close this up.
If you can, Bartman. Well, once you get Mother working, if you want to find out if there's anything specific that might be hampering the life support, that could speed up our repairs.
I was thinking the same thing. Getting as much data as we can from Mother would be ideal right now, and see what other status what the status of the rest of the ship is.
Also, she could help us find if there's any more hull breaches or other areas where air might be venting, because it will do us no good to get it working to find out there's a hole on some lower deck or in some cargo hold somewhere.
Well, if they can get the ship's computers back online, they ought to be able to check that through the ship sensors if there's an atmosphere.
Yeah, we can run some diagnostics through Mother, I think, if we can get her online.
Excellent. Good job.
When Davis reported that there was movement, everybody's stress level goes up by 1. Sham and Rye work for 5 or 10 minutes. You seal up the air hatch. Davis and Wilson, what are you doing or are you just like standing around watching them weld and heckling them? Or?
I could be the supervisor position, just sitting there watching, dictating. No, I want to go over to Mother, which is just north.
Yeah, yep. I'll go with Wilson.
So the Mother terminal is literally in the next compartment from the airlock. As you kind of move down that hallway, as you get to the sealed door in front of the Mother terminal, you find there's a body slumped kind of against the wall. It's like the headless body of a man in a spacesuit. There's a splatter of blood and brain matter on the wall behind him, and a Model 37A shotgun next to him.
I'm not touching that.
He is very clearly dead.
Yeah, can I would just want to like shine my flashlight on it and see if there's like any insignia or ranking. Like, can I tell what job this person had on the crew, essentially?
He's in his spacesuit, and the spacesuit is just marked that it is property of the USCSS Chronos. I am going to count that as a casual examination. As you're kind of looking for insignia and everything like that, his arms are a little too long. Looks like his compression suit has been stretched and sort of torn at the forearms. Give me a survival check, please, Davis.
Survival.
Yep.
Oh,
so,
KB.
Wilson,
Let's
you will gain 1 stress right now, Wilson, as you happen upon this.
What's the equivalent of a Constitution check on here? I want to make sure my guy doesn't puke.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm going with survival.
Survival is okay. That's just you said Wilson gained a stress. Did I also gain 1, or
this is what your survival check will see if you do. You're already at 3 stress, and so I'm trying not to keep you from.
I did get a 6.
Okay, cool. And when you rolled your stress with that, because you said you're at 3 stress, right?
Oh, did you get? I'm at 2 now, actually. So I should, I guess, roll two.
You got to roll 2 stress
with
dice
that?
also, and let me know if you get. So any 6s you get with your stress dice add to your successes, and any 1s you get on your stress dice can potentially make you panic.
No 6s, no 1s.
Fabulous. Okay, cool. Cool. And you don't gain any additional stress. Like, this is clearly not right. There's something wrong with it. You're already pretty stressed out, so this is just kind of like par for the course, right?
Yeah, shit's weird here, yo. I don't like this ship. I regret coming here.
Yeah. The body is kind of slumped up against the wall. So if you open the door, it's going to fall over.
Well, I don't want to be in this room with this thing. Oh my god! I just push the doors open and I go into the mother room.
Fabulous.
I'm gonna pick up the pistol.
Yep.
And pocket it.
So it's a shotgun. It's
a shotgun.
It's a shotgun. Yep. And I need initiative cards from both of you, please.
Okay.
The Ocho.
I also got an 8.
Fabulous. I drew a 1. As the body slumps over, Wilson, odds or evens?
Evens.
The answer is odds. So Davis, I need, please, a mobility roll from you, please.
Okay. Oh, hell yeah. No 1s on my stress die.
Excellent.
Or 4 6s, I mean. Sorry. 4 6s.
So Wilson forces open the door, the spacesuit slumps in, and as it slumps in, its arms elongate and reach out for your leg, but you're able to dodge it.
I dodge out of the way, grab the shotgun. I'm like, what the fuck? This thing just grabbed me.
Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it!
Yeah, make your range combat and add 2 because you're in close combat.
And I'm gonna push that because I rolled like 10 dice and did not get a 6 at all.
Oh, jeez.
How did you miss with a shotgun?
That's a really fucking. I'm terrified right now. Okay. I did not roll any 1s on my stress dice though, so that's
good. That's good.
Okay. I got 1 6.
Fabulous.
Rolling 10 dice twice, I got 1 success.
Cool. That's fine. You're in close combat with a shotgun. You basically so you aim and you don't get a good shot the first time around, and so very dramatically you cock it, put it right up against its chest, like at arm's length. It's like scratching at the gun and everything like that. You pull the trigger one more time, and its chest explodes back against the back wall in this red, thick ichor. And you hear this hissing sound coming from the inside of the spacesuit as it totally slumps down.
Sham, what the fuck was that?
I want to know what the hissing was, but I don't want to know what it was at the same time. Do we have like a radio, like a walkie-talkie, essentially, that we can all communicate on? Okay, cool. I'm gonna hit my button for comms and just say, hey guys, there was I don't know what it was. This thing on the ship tried to grab me. It had a shotgun, and I killed it with its own shotgun that was laying at its feet. Be careful, y'all.
What?
Can Sham run there? Because I don't know how far we got.
You are currently trying to. Do you want to abandon your job right now?
I don't. I'm trying to figure out how long it's been.
How close are we to having the hatch sealed?
You're halfway through. It's like a 5 or 10 minute job, and you're probably about halfway through.
Right. We gotta finish this.
We don't want to steal this.
What was that?
No, fuck that. Fuck that, Sham. If something is attacking them, we need to be able to get back through here fast. I don't want to close it. Leave it like this.
No, you close it up. We gotta get air up. If something goes wrong and our suits are breached, we die. You gotta get this closed so we can get air up. I'll go find out what's going on. You keep working.
Fine. All right.
I'm gonna get on my comms. Hodor, get your ass down here now.
I'm in motion. That's too funny.
That's funny. That's funny. Sham, as you walk up, so again, Mother is basically in the next room down from where you guys boarded the Chronos. There is a spacesuit. The head is missing from the spacesuit, and there's now a gaping chest wound, and ichor all over the wall behind it.
That's a bad fucking day.
And Davis holding a shotgun, shaking violently.
Yep.
What the hell with this?
Yeah, look at it. See those fucking long ass arms? It tried to grab me.
Now that he points them out, those arms don't look natural, Sham. Gain a stress level.
I take the harpoon gun out. What in the Everglades is this?
So, Wilson's going to try to calm himself down and try to calm them down. Would that be considered manipulation?
Manipulation, absolutely. Give me a manipulation roll. But before you get to roll, try to calm them down. And then if you do well, I may give you bonus, but not to the roll.
Let's take a second here. Let's breathe. That didn't happen the way we thought it happened. Davis, this is a ship. It's everything is dead. All that happened was its arms are extended from space vacuum, and it's just, when you grab the shotgun, you move the body, and it freaked us out. We're freaked out right now. We've already been in a stressful environment. That's all that was. We need to stay calm. All that sound you heard was the echo reverberating from the shotgun. We just need to take a second and breathe.
Mr. Wilson, we in spacesuits. You don't hear the echo?
It was the reverberation from the shotgun.
Okay, boss man.
Give me your manipulation roll. Straight up.
Yeah.
If Sham had encountered you, you might have got a bonus, but...
I'm waiting for the roll to happen to see how Davis reacts, so...
Don't be sorry. Maybe he should have made friends.
I did make friends. I actually rolled 2 6s.
Fabulous.
Yes.
You did.
Okay.
With Davis.
Cool. All right.
Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe it didn't actually try to grab me. I'm definitely a little spooked right now. Just seeing that thing got my nerves up.
Davis, lose a stress. You lose one stress.
You done made a mess of
Nice.
that done.
Yeah, but now I have a shotgun.
I'm looking at the mess you made. I'm wondering if that's a good idea.
You're welcome to try and take it from me.
Just calm down, both of you. Look, we came here to do something. We need to get this ship started up. What's the status of the air vent?
It should be almost sealed. I'll go back and check. I ran when you told me to run.
You stay here with me, Davis. You go check.
Wait, sorry, you're telling me to check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go check on Rye.
Yeah. I'll step back in to the room then.
Okay, so
I want Cham to stay with me. No, you're staying with me. Come here, big guy.
Yep.
You're staying with me.
So I need the four of you, please, to roll an air supply check. Okay, Davis is still at 5. It looks like Sham and Rye have both lost 1 from their air supply, so their air supplies are down to 4.
Sham lost 2.
No, it's a 1 or nothing. It's not a you don't lose 2. It's a if you roll any number of 1s, you lose 1. So. Yep. Don't worry.
Well, that makes sense. The people doing the manual labor.
Yep.
In there.
So just remember too that next time I call for an air supply check, you guys will only roll 4 die, not 5. Right. Which means so the odds of losing them go down as you roll fewer die, but you also have fewer die. Okay. So Sham, you and Wilson are in the terminal room with Mother. Davis, you have gone back. Rye is finishing up the welding as you arrive. So we'll start with you two. Interact.
How much longer you got on this, Rye?
I'm just now finishing it up, like 2 minutes. Less than that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think we're gonna need
And
all of our wits about us here to keep ourselves afloat, if you know what I mean.
What the fuck's
Some
going
weird
on?
shit going on out here.
What? I don't know what's going on. It sounded like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There was a body. It didn't have a head. I'm carrying a shotgun now, and I'll like lift it up. I'm like, it was holding this.
It takes a step back.
I think it might have. Don't worry, it's not loaded now. I fired it. I haven't cocked it again. But I think that whoever it was that I found this with might have ended their life with it as well, because they were missing a head. But when I grabbed the gun up off the ground, I don't know. I thought the body tried to grab me, and I panicked and shot it with the gun that I was picking up. I don't know, man. It's weird shit. And then I saw the thing move on my sensor earlier. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Davis, why are we closing this up? From the moment you saw that blip, we should have been getting the hell off of this ship.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think that getting the power on and making sure that we have air is best. Like, just, if we're short on air supply, we gotta get the power on. We gotta get life support so we can survive and figure out what the fuck's going on in here, so that we can see. I was all for
trying to make some extra money. All right. Let's do it. What are we doing now?
Oh, you all done? You said you were finishing up. Can we
go?
Good.
And then I said, and done. That was for dramatic effect, man.
All right. Well, then let's get the fuck back to fucking Suit Man and see if we can all keep our fucking lives on this ship here.
Okay. Wilson, you and Sham will have a moment. What are you trying to do?
I'm going to try to... Is this battery pack that we have, is this what I use to start up Mother, or does that need to be started up somewhere else?
Yeah, so what you would do is there's a port on the Mother terminal that you would hook up like exterior power to if you don't feel like it's getting proper power. And what that allows it to do is go into a boot cycle so it can start its natural fusion generator process to go ahead and basically get power going forward. It's kind of like a jump start pack for a car. You do notice that this is a much older terminal. So for example, the Montero has a Mother model 6500, relatively new model. This is a Mother model 2000, and so it is significantly older. But it looks like the power jack is consistent with, they've been consistent for the last 100 years, so that's not going to be a problem.
You plug that thing there into that thing there, and because of the age, you got to turn it down a bit, or you might burn it out and have to do some work before you get it going.
My God, your education is just impeccable. Your technique skills, you should have been a professor.
Well,
I'm fully aware of how to use this technology. In reality, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I will do this. I've got this.
Okay.
I'm gonna
quarter
jump
notch down. Not a full notch, quarter notch.
Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. I mean, since I'm a professor and all, the least I could do is teach the class.
I start setting it up and...
Okay. Yep. All right, so you're getting the battery pack set up. You've got the umbilical cable, and as you are about to connect the exterior cable to the Mother terminal...
God damn it, you Alabama ogre!
The computer roars to life with lights and klaxons.
What did you touch? What did you touch?
Nothing.
I told you not to touch anything. I told you not to touch anything.
I didn't. Because you told me not to. You did the touching.
All right, I'm going to start messing with Mother and just trying to look at everything. Status.
Mother is booting up.
Okay.
But you're also sure that you didn't do anything.
Josh, when it says
Yeah.
pressurizing, what is that likely to be based on my knowledge of ships and stuff?
Sure, yeah. Is that it is basically checking hull integrity to go ahead and see if it can turn the air scrubbers on and actually start building an atmosphere. There are certain things that will start happening to suggest that this process is successful, you'll see as Mother is booting up. You'll notice a haze of vapor start to sort of form along the floor a little bit, as the ambient temperature is beginning to rise from negative 200 degrees to warmer than that, as interior stuff is beginning to pressure on.
Yep.
And so after a few turns, probably after about 25 or 30 minutes or so, the temperature is warm enough that you're no longer feeling like the effects of cold. But your environmental sensors on your comm suits are still not registering fresh air. Right?
How much air do we lose in a half an hour of waiting?
So after that half an hour, we'll give you another airlock check, another air supply check.
As it starts going, I'm gonna tell use comms to get to Rod. Hey, you may want to just make sure that's sealed real good, because they're trying to turn the air on. As soon as everything's sealed
good
up,
job.
We'll be good. Oh,
we heard it down here too, the klaxons and everything. We're actually on our way back to you.
Excellent. Wasn't on me though. I had a good student. Followed my instruction to a T. Got things moving.
Nice.
He called me the professor.
So what do you think, though? Should we come to y'all, or should we should we spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes waiting to see if we have any hull leaks when we've only got X amount of oxygen left, or should we be heading for their EVA suits stored at the back of this deck to see if in case we need to borrow some air pods?
That's a good plan. See, boss man? That's a good plan. That our crew member, then she know exactly what we gotta do. So we're gonna go get some extra AirPods just in case things don't work out that right with plan A. We're gonna start with plan C, which is more air for you and me.
So
and the rest of the team.
As you guys are debating, and as this time is beginning to move on. So first things first, give me an air supply check, please. So again, all of you roll your air supply. As the boot up process is happening, there's a kind of a terminal display on the older style Mother, and it has shifted from pressurizing. It now says boot sequence air scrubbers in progress, and it's as if the entire ship begins to shudder a little bit as this monstrous machinery begins to start up. Sham, this is what air scrubbers sound like. These are old air scrubbers. They are not. They're not super efficient. They're not the nice, clean. They haven't been used in who knows how long. But at least that hum, and Rai, this too, as someone that has spent all their time in the guts of a ship. The ship is beginning to get that familiar reverberation, as if it is trying to restore itself.
Here come the dust mites. This been shut down for a while. We may even get some black mold.
I don't think any of those things can survive in the vacuum of space.
Ron leans over and pats the wall and says, "There's some life left in the old girl."
Wilson's just trying to keep himself calm right now. He is not in his happy place.
Don't worry, I'm just joking about the black mold. But if the dust on the fan blades, they're blowing in some dirt.
I have no idea what you just said.
Deep breaths, boss. For real.
Do you have seasonal allergies?
Speak English. Use your words.
Do you have seasonal spring, summer, fall allergies? Chewy.
I get on my comms. Right, what's the status? Is the lock, or is the pressurized look it's holding over there on your side? assuming we're still not together, are we?
back into the mother? Weren't you walking into the? Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
So
as you're asking
you walked
that
through the door
question,
room. Yeah.
We come through. Yeah, it's sealed up.
Okay. Someone.
I think
who
the
I can
boss man
understand.
has seasonal allergies.
Sham, leave him alone. And boss, for real, just take a deep breath. You don't burn through your air. I know you don't do as much work in suits as we do, but keep it even and shallow. You don't want to burn it up.
So the environmental readings on your comm suits are still not reading fresh air. Cham, Rye, it sounds like the carbon filters themselves may need to be repaired in the air scrubbers, which, given the age of them and who knows what happened to them, would be a standard repair operation.
Looks like we're gonna have to go down to the carbon filter and knock some of the crud off in order to get some good air. And yeah,
Where can we pull up the schematic? I remember the shaft runs through, but where can we access it?
So if you...
That's kind of me directly asking you, but also asking the crew and us now scanning at it, because you can see the air scrubber shaft, but I don't see any port of access. Oh, wait, no. There might be a crawl space between the stairwell thingy there. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, vent pathway. It'll be a hoot. And I look at Sham, and I look at me, and I look at Sham, and I go, fuck.
sorry, I'll stand out here and hand you the wrench.
Right. Basically, they either need to be repaired or cleaned. It could be either situation. And you guys both know what a shit job cleaning carbon filters is. It's probably the worst job on a ship like this, but it's also totally it absolutely is required to keep these things in working order. And given a ship this size and the size of the air scrubbers themselves, we're talking about probably a shift's worth of work itself to go ahead and get done. So we're talking 4 hours anyway.
So, boss man, you said extra money, right?
Oh, I have extra money.
Because we're committed at this point. I mean, based on our air supply, we do a whole shift of work on that. We won't have time to open the bulkhead to get back.
Do what you need to do to get the ship running.
All right. Y'all should check out the EVA suits at the back of this deck then, just in case.
Well,
we can go see if there's any extra air supply back there while y'all are fixing up the scrubbers.
Collect up as many of the canisters as possible, and then we divide them amongst ourselves. Keep a couple extra canisters where each group is working.
But besides it saying doing all the purification systems, am I allowed? Can I see any other status of life or anything in the information?
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that. So, it is after the air scrubbers power on, the terminal itself begins to read. A bright red light starts to shine above the terminal. Warning: cryo chambers deactivating. Warning: cryo chambers deactivating.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's been.
Someone's been on ice. Who do you think they were storing in here?
Let's go check out.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna find the EVA suits, we got to go that way anyhow. So, I suppose we can. Probably some bigwigs, right? I bet this. Yeah, I bet this is one of those ships that nobody likes to talk about. You know the ones that I mean, right? Like, you know, you've got the status, so
possibly, yeah. Let's go check to make sure no one's still alive. Got it.
And so basically, to get to the cryo chambers, if you guys aren't looking at the map, you'd have to walk. Basically, all four of you would be heading the same direction because the cryo chambers are right opposite the shaft for the air scrubbers. Rye and Sham disappear into sort of the crawl space where the worst job on the ship is going to need to be done. And then up on the opposite hall, you see a narrow hallway with 3 cryo chambers on each side. As you walk in there, you see kind of the familiar discharge of fog into the room, and lids on various cryo chambers beginning to open up.
Do we see bodies?
there are people starting to get out. The environmental sensors on your suits are starting to read that the air is stale and not particularly favorable right now, but at least that the oxygen levels are rising, so you don't feel like they're going to die as soon as they get out. But you do notice that as they exit their cryo chambers, as would have been common 100 years ago, they're wearing sort of a almost like a gas mask with a personal canister on it. It's not a full suit, but it's kind of like a breathing apparatus because these machines were prone to slow oxygenation. So that was a fairly common practice 100 years ago.
Smart of them.
So, but there are people. They're groggy. They're rubbing their eyes. One of them, in particular, is rubbing his eyes, and he sees you guys in the doorway, and he's still wearing his mask, and he points to his mask, and then points to you. And
do we have any idea of what he's trying to gesture in particular?
He keeps pointing to his mask, and
so he's just like shaking his hand up and down, like
up
he wants
and down, like pointing to your head, to your feet, head to your feet, and he looks freaked out.
I think he wants to know if he can breathe. Can you hear us in there? Okay, and I'll check my environmental readings on my suit, and says should be able to breathe. I hope. Suit says you can.
He'll take the mask off and just start rubbing his temples like he has just a headache, and which again, common when you're exiting cryo sleep. Nausea, headaches are common. He'll walk up to you. So, what's with the suits?
Do you? What's your name?
Hold on. My ID pack is in my right pocket. My ID pack is in my right pocket. My ID pack is in my right pocket. And he reaches into a pocket on the right side of his jacket, and in the pocket is a little plastic ID card with a picture that looks like him without a beard, and it reports that his name Thomas Johns, and that he is an officer on the USCSS Chronos. My ID pack is in my right pocket.
Mr. Johns, my name is John Wilson. I am the corporate liaison for Weyland-Yutani. Your ship has been missing for 75 years. We have found you, and we are establishing a repair on your ship. Who is in charge of your ship?
A blonde woman with a close cut haircut. It says my name is Emily Clayton, and I work for Weyland-Yutani. I guess I am. Yeah, I guess that's me. Oh, my head is killing me. 75 years? What the fuck happened?
That's the question we have for you, Miss Clayton. Weyland-Yutani is going to have many questions, and I need answers.
I mean, I ain't got them. Like, what?
She's got a good point. She's been asleep. How would she know anything?
Well, there's obviously something that happened on this ship. There was at least one other crew member that took their life, if you will. So something must have happened here. Why were you in your cryo chambers?
Because we were in FTL travel. Of course. We've been on a run for...
What was your original mission?
Oh, it was... Mother's got to have that, right?
Mother may have that, but Mother is doing other things right now. She's uploading and getting the system set up.
I don't remember. I don't... Can we...
Miss Clayton, I need you to answer me now.
How in her face are you?
Not in her face. I'm still social distancing over here because of the whole situation with the shotgun, but I'm just being authoritative.
Mm-hmm. Roll me now. She's totally suffering from amnesia right now because of the cryo sleep. So she's totally like just not even. And both of you guys would know that given how long they've been in cryo sleep,
it's a long time to be under.
They should be examined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a good chance of brain damage and other things. I'm sure there's been some atrophying of.
I'm not a doctor.
This
isn't my job.
Fucking either, but
an older gentleman starts feeling around his torso, pulls out a pair of glasses and fits them on. And says, "There's an examination room with medical equipment through the back door in cryo room 3. There are scans and first aid equipment there. Could we at least get like an aspirin or something?"
Davis, take these people to the examination room. I'm going to go check in on Ray and Cham and see what's going on with these scrubbers.
Sounds good. I'll start leading whoever's standing into the examination room.
Yeah, fabulous. So you've got Officer Johns, the Clayton, the older gentleman in the glasses introduces himself as Dr. Cooper, and there's also a Dr. Flynn, who is wearing kind of like a corpsman's white uniform with medical insignia on it. So you would assume that he has some sort of medical training. And there is also a colonial marine in uniform who introduces himself as Sergeant Reed.
I'll start leading everybody to the exam room.
All right.
Yes.
Yep. The door slides open and closes without any problem. You begin kind of escorting them all onto examination tables, and we'll get back to you in just a second. Wilson, you said you head to the shaft to go ahead and talk to
Yeah, I'm going to
Rye.
knock on the edge of it, knock on the metal. What's going on? What's the status?
Guys, I'm going to need you to give me, because it's hard to hear, so I need an observation roll at -2 to see if you can hear him.
No successes.
2 successes.
3 successes?
2.
2. Yeah, no, that's fine. You hear this bang, bang, bang from above the shaft, up the shaft from where you are. You look up there, and Wilson is kind of looking over the edge, and you hear him hollering how things are going.
I don't look up there.
You don't acknowledge him?
Well, let me ask: is he actually visible? Because I'm the one inside because it was an air shaft that led in here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're inside the crawl space doing the thing. Okay, so
right. If I'm
cool.
in there working on it, I can't look at anybody. I may have heard him.
Nope. Yep. You've heard him. Yeah. And Sham is not responding, as if you're not sure if you heard him or not. So
I glance back at Sham.
I'm just looking at you. You need another wrench.
You know, I like it better when I'm the one handing you the tools.
I agree.
I go back to what I'm doing.
How about a bristle brush? I got the thick metal bristle brush. I got
Sure.
All right, here's a thick metal bristle brush. Get them corners real good. Real good.
Get them corners real good, he says.
Hello? Hello? Can any of you hear me? Can I get on the comms with it and hear me?
They are in the middle of the loudest part of the ship, so
Of course they are. Why
know,
wouldn't they be?
Rye has heard you. Yeah, shit. But you can see Sham standing down there, and periodically he'll like hand a tool into like an access panel. You know, he's like bopping to the tunes in his head. He's not.
Oh yeah, no, morons. The whole lot of them. So I'll just go about it and just assume they're doing their job, and I'm gonna head towards Mother and check out what's going on with that. It's an alien.
Yeah. So Davis, you are in the examination room. Again, there are 4 or 5. I guess it's 5 other people in the room with you, and they're all really groggy. But Cooper in particular he's in absolute distress. He swear like he's like migraines. Like my head is killing me. Could you get me an aspirin or something?
Yeah, I'll start looking around for some pills.
Okay. Give me. You're like rifling around. You're able to find. A bottle of pills. It's not labeled or anything, but it's got like little white circles in it, so it's probably aspirin or something that would help. So, their counter prizes count as sleep. Fly takes them to no take and makes undiscovered.
Man, you got to calm down. You got to calm down. I'm gonna like lead him over to the examination table.
Bare bones. Regard the man who this.
Sure.
Moment.
And I'm like opening the pill bottle, and I'm like, I think we maybe both need one of these.
He tries to slap you. It doesn't do any damage or anything, but he's basically just like fighting back at you. Like,
hey, I'm trying to help you. We got to see what's going on with you, man.
His nose starts bleeding.
Oh shit!
You can make a medical aid roll to see what's going on with him.
Yeah, I mean, I have. Okay, my empathy is a 4, so that's okay. Hey, I got 2 6s actually.
Awesome, fantastic. He is clearly something is wrong in his brain. Right
no
now.
Shit.
Yeah, I know. Like Captain Obvious, right? Like that's as you're sitting there trying to examine him, again, blood is now is pouring out of his nose and starting to pour out of his ears. God. And he's starting to cry blood.
Yikes.
Like blood is rolling out of his eyes.
Push everyone back away from him and get him.
You don't have to. They're backing away. Everybody else is
good.
backing away.
Good.
And he's starting to convulse and writhe against the table that you're on. You're trying to hold him down, or are you just getting away from him too?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I want to touch this guy. I'm definitely gonna ready the shotgun. I'm also gonna get on comms real quick and be like, hey, so these people that just woke up from cryo sleep, one of them's his brain is trying to come out of every single hole in his head. It's not looking good. We need help.
Sham and Rye, I will need your observation rolls again to see if you can hear him. Wilson, you hear him and gain a stress level.
Are we minus again on this one?
You're minus again. Yep.
It's
I
not
got
for
nothing.
operations to know this.
Okay.
I don't have anything this time.
Cool. Yeah. No. You. With the noise and everything, you're not able to hear him. So Davis, you gain a stress, and Wilson, like I said, you gain a stress.
Okay. That seems fair.
Yeah. So you ready your shotgun, and Cooper
Michael
is
also gains a stress, so
Yeah.
that's just so you know.
Yeah. Cooper. His body starts like flailing and like flopping around on the table, and then with a sickening pop and a bloody splash, his eyeball launches from his face and smacks you in the chest before bouncing across the floor and rolling under one of the cryo tubes.
Nope. Don't like that.
As you're trying to process exactly what it is that you're seeing, a slender, gore-covered arm pushes its way out of Cooper's empty eye socket, reaches around and tugs at his distended mouth as spindly white fingers yank his teeth back. Cooper does not scream. It's clear that he isn't.
Yeah, Cooper isn't there to scream.
Something
at
is
all.
trying
Got it.
to crawl out. Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot it with this shotgun.
Fantastic. Part 2 continues tomorrow. Check out virtualactualplay.com and subscribe to the Tabletop Journeys and 19 Hits the Dragon podcasts for the next chapters in our adventure.